Kadeem representing Kgsapparel and Kgsapparel, and I'm here to present the Come Up Podcast, episode 2, The Motions. Now, in this episode, we're going to break it up in two different ways. The first part of taking motion, so pretty much any dreams, goals, short-term goals, long-term goals that you have in mind, how to implement that in your life and how to execute that plan. In addition to that, the motion in terms of once you have your goals and you have your dreams, your aspirations, there's going to be a point in time where those dreams are going to be challenged. So within this episode, we're going to talk about how to deal with those difficult situations, especially if like your goal is to be better. You will be tested. I'm not really sure why is that, but I guess it's just kind of the universe testing you to see if you are mentally strong enough to truly go through what you go through, and if you are true to your dream and your aspirations. So, hope you guys enjoy it. Get comfortable. This is gonna be a very good episode. Before we start, I got to give a big shout out to my listeners out there. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to this podcast. You know, you guys are being very supportive, providing feedback, providing different topics to talk about. So I really want to thank you guys, and also, and embrace all the support that I've been getting since I've been releasing this podcast. This is something we're continuing to produce, just because of the fact that we're seeing so much people kind of relate to what we're talking about, and also all we could go is up from here. So, big shout out to you guys at home for listening. So to get this episode started, the motion, let's pretty much talk about how we want to just pretty much take ownership of our lives, and also, starting to create these goals for the dreams that we have in mind. And, for me, prior to even just knowing this, for me, I was just about just doing, instead of like strategically planning what I was doing. So, this pretty much everything I'm telling you is pretty much what I use in my life, and also what I've advised my friends and family members. And this is things that they've been doing, and it's been giving them really, really, really good things coming off of it. Positive feedback I've been getting from it. So I just want to present it to you guys at home, and just, try this out. If it works, it works. If it not, just kind of just move on to something else, right? So, right now we're in a phase of really just, your dreams, you want what you want to be in life. But at the same time, you're not entirely sure how to really implement it to your actual life. And that's kind of like the biggest thing, because, I can always dream big, right? I can always dream to be an NBA star. I could always dream to be a millionaire. But at the same time, how do I implement those dreams to measurable goals that I can put into my life? So that's what we want to talk about now. Like, how do we do that, starting from the beginning and hopefully getting there to in which the top is? So, the first and foremost thing is just to kind of write down the goal. Sorry, not even a goal, just a dream. Like, what is your dream? What do you want? For example, if it's $1 million, write it down. I want $1 million, and then from there, kind of be detailed, and it's how to make that measurable and accomplishable from start to finish, from short term to long term. So once you write down, like, yeah, okay, I want $1 million, right? You want to just break it down for your life, and how can you reach this goal, right? So the first and foremost is have short-term goals. This could be from, just learning how other millionaires got their $1 million, right? Kind of like write down step by step how you're going to accomplish this goal, right? So by doing that, what you've done is you making the dream more realistic and more actual and more tangible. A lot of the time we just vomit things that we think we want, and just think that, okay, we could just go get it. And then when life doesn't make it easy for you to attain this, you get upset, you blame, you victimize yourself. So what we're trying to do now is just be realistic and make this goal measurable. So like we said before, we're gonna write down the goal, and then from there we're gonna create short-term goals. Now the short-term goals must be very specific, measurable, and accomplishable on a weekly basis, right? So back to my point of $1 million goal, right? So the first thing that I need to do I need to sit down and decide how I'm going to reach this $1 million. Is it by real estate? Is it by having multi-business operating, which is going to generate me income? Like, how am I going to break this down from short to long term, right? So by that now, you are enabling yourself to kind of like make this dream come in reality, and then that's the major step, and that's going to take you from starter to the ending, which is whatever goal you're trying to accomplish. So once you write this goal down and you create these short-term goals, coming back to the example with the $1 million, for me, if I think about I want to make $1 million, some of the short-term goals I'm gonna make within that first week, I'm gonna come up with a business or some type of money generating fluent or source that's going to get me there, right? And then bear in mind, whatever idea I'm coming with, it has to be measurable. It has to be and very simple. So the first thing for me I'm gonna do is just create a business. And in the time that we live now, this is the perfect opportunity to start a business. And I had an opportunity to talk to the CEO of Disguise, which is an apparel company, where we pretty much talked about, it's like a 20-minute IG live episode where we discuss how is it important to start a business in 2019. But as we transitioning into 2020, it's even more easier and more efficient to start businesses. So if your goal is to be a millionaire, you gotta start with a business, and an easy and accessible business. I highly recommend online business. You don't have to be a business guru. You don't have to be a marketing guru. You just need an idea and you just need a software. There's thousands of softwares and websites that provides these different initiatives to help you create these businesses. So boom, right then and there is that first week creating a business. Shopify is a great tool to create a business. Wix, whatever it is, has to be short, simple, measurable, and accomplishable. So from there, I start my business. Let's say I use a Shopify website. I create the website. I add in different products and materials. So now your products and materials could be literally stuff that you have that you want to sell, whatever it may be. Your idea behind this is to create a business in which you could generate some type of revenue, some type of income. Because at the end of the day, all millionaires, what you have to understand, they create their wealth off of passive income. So not money. So don't use money that you got to use for work or, go to the gym or whatever, or eat food out of. Like, having this income is going to either, literally go to your pot to reach the million, or it's going to invest back into the business so the business could expand, so you can expand in your knowledge, so that once you go from the small online business or small business, you can expand and you can get into real estate. You get to different streams and sources. But the idea behind this is not how to be a millionaire. The idea behind this is whatever you're trying to do, know the field, the ins and outs, right? Know the field ins and outs, because once you do that, you are able to create these short-term goals and these long-term goals that is reachable, measurable, and accomplishable, right? So, let's kind of scratch the $1 million idea, and let's kind of make it more simple, right? Let's talk about the body. Like, so we want to get our body right, especially with 2020 coming. Gotta get the body right, get the body tight, right? So you don't see people at the gym in that first 4 months, working out, going hard, but then in the middle of the year you don't see them gone. But I try not to say nothing. I just look and watch it how it goes. But but back to what we're saying. So let's talk about this working out, right? So your goal is you want to lose 10 pounds, or you want to get leaner, or you want to build muscle, you want to, whatever it may be, your goal. You have to write down your goal, write down your body goal. And within your body goal, like I said, make it measurable, accomplishable, and make sure that you could break this down from week to week, even day by day. So we want to lose weight, right? We want to lose weight. So our goal is, it got to be measurable, and how can we attack this thing each week? So for someone like you that's trying to lose weight, your biggest thing is obviously going to be the nutrition. What you're putting in your body on a weekly basis. The first thing you need to do is kind of understand what are you putting in your body in general, because that is going to dictate how you want to proceed going forward. So once you know what you're doing, then from there, you know what right things to do to accomplish that goal. So for you, your main goal is going to be, okay, well, I need a 7-day diet plan. Or let's go even beyond that, right? Let's dig in deeper. Let's start with a detox. It could be a mental, right? Because all starts from the mind. It starts from mental detox, so separating yourself from social media, because some of the things that we notice that social media does play a role in how we think on an everyday basis, especially with someone on IG, on Instagram, same thing, Snapchat, whatever it may be. We see a lot of different people, especially people that's fit, and we see people that looks like this, and we want that look. So that kind of plays that mental game on you, because you won't be in a rush to reach this vision that's maybe not obtainable for you, because that's not your body type. So whatever you're trying to do, especially in the world of fitness, I say take a mental detox. So clear your mind and separate yourself from social media on the online presence, and just really think about yourself. So you want to do a mental detox, but also you want to do a body detox. So what does that mean? I hear people talk about doing a juicing for a week, or they do some type of fasting. Whatever it is, you want to do literally a detox of a sort. Whatever it breaks down into, that's on you, something that you want to do. I can provide you stuff and guidelines and stuff to that matter, but to what we're saying and what this episode is all about is breaking that goal down. So you do a little detox, then from your detox you create your nutrition meal plan that you're gonna go for in the next 3 to 6 months. That's a perfect way to start. And then from there, obviously working out takes a role. So instead of running to the gym and spending your money on a membership, start running at the park. I'm gonna run at the park 3 days a week. Then I'm gonna go up to the following, do 4 days a week, 5 days a week. So you're at a point where you're going from your walking at the park to running at the park to doing workouts at the park. And as your body transitioning to the fitness atmosphere, then from there you can go to the gym. But on all in all, the point I'm trying to make is break down your dream or whatever it is to short-term realistic goals, then into long-term goals. Everything has to correlate with each other, because what are you doing to yourself? You're keeping yourself accountable, right? You keeping yourself in a day-by-day journal of what are you doing to accomplish your main goal. And that's the root of all this that we're doing, the motion, taking ownership, putting to what you believe in, to what your dreams in, into play. And that's a key thing. So for those that kind of that you know what you want to do but not sure how to do it, before you even taking a step of taking the motion, understand that field. Then from when you understand that field, create those short-term goals and those long-term goals. And then from there, I guarantee it, even if you may not even reach that dream that you have in mind, just that process alone is going to mentally make you stronger, physically stronger. So anything that you want to do, even at that point in your life, you'll be able to accomplish it. Because the reason why, because you know what it takes. And a lot of people is missing that. A lot of people just want to jump the gun and get to the top. Well, that's not how it works. You have to climb that ladder, no matter where it is, in the music industry, in the sports industry, in the business world. You got to climb that ladder no matter what, because going through that process, you're going to learn, you're going to foster all that information that's going to make you mentally stronger. Because one thing they can't take away that from you is the knowledge, because like they say, knowledge is power, mental power. It's valuable than money, because once you know how to make the money. You know how to make these tangible things come to you. Know about the intangible, which allow you to get the tangible. So as we kind of going forward, so let's break it down. So now we know our dreams, we know the goals, we know the short-term goals, we know the long-term goals. But how and when how do I work around when I go through different hardship with these dreams and aspirations? Because, having these goals and having these things written down is cool and all, but once you implement it into your life, it is a beast. This is like, it's the jungle. For me, for example, just creating a business alone was the goal for me. Having, $1 million brand, having a $1 million business was the goal for me. But honestly, going through the process, it's like I enjoy it, but it's so frustrating because it's like I want to do this, but then like life hits me in my face and I'm like, ah man, like, it's tedious, right? But I believe that it all plays into its mental, and also that I told the universe what I want. If you know me, I'm big on universe, laws of attraction, and this is something I will say in all my episodes because this is so important to know. Once I told the universe what I want, it's gonna mold to what I want. It's gonna give me what I want because I take ownership in what I do. I take my mental strength that I have into play, and with that, I know I'm gonna get to my goal. Yeah, I might not be able to get there in a month or a year or even 5, 10 years, but I know I'm gonna get there. When I get there, I'm gonna look back at the process and be like, I'm glad I went through it. And I really just want you to know that, because if you're out there and you're passionate on what you do and what you know, please keep in mind to whatever dream you have, it's going to take some time, because the process is very important to learn. Because from the process, you are enabling yourself to not only be the victor and accomplish the goal, but you are able to educate and teach someone behind you, and that's very important. That once you accomplish what you accomplish in life, cool. Hands, give a hand clap for you. But what about that child? What about that brother, that sister, that cousin that want to do the same thing as you? Are you gonna be selfish and stingy and not give, the sauce to this? No, pass it out. Pass it out. Why can't we uplift each other? So that's a big challenge that I give for anybody that wants to dream big. Like, once you get there, great job, but don't forget the people behind you that's still trying to grind it out. Help them, assist, clear that path for them, because that's key. Because at the end of the day, you're here based on what sacrifice someone else made for you. Keep that in mind. It could be from your parents, it could be from your local community leaders, it could be from your teachers, it could be from, your principals. It doesn't matter who it is. Just know that you didn't get here out of the work you put in. The work you put in literally is from someone else, and this is from your ancestors. This go way back, way back. So just keep that in mind and understand that you had a continuous trend of uplifting and improving in communities and being better people. So, never forget that, I gotta get my little preaching on with that, because I really believe in, keeping generations striving. This is something that I've been promoting within my brand. It's something I'll continuously continue to do, because this is what I believe in to the heart. Sorry to get off track, but as we continue on to, going through the motions. So with these goals been implemented, you have to realize that you are going to be tested. You're going to be physically tested based on the work that's going to go in. Anything amazing you're trying to accomplish is going to be, accomplishable in just an hour a day or 20 minutes a day. Yeah, it's a good way to start, but you have to understand that time is money and time is knowledge. So you yourself, you need to be able to expand that and just take ownership in that field so that you can accomplish it. So, when things happen in terms of like life problems, in terms of people not believing in your dreams, you yourself have to be mentally strong enough to say that, hey, I understand that you're not able to accomplish what you have in mind, or whatever it may be, the situation is, like, never let it get to you. That's the worst thing you could ever happen to you. Let someone else's energy have a life difficult situation affects you, because at the end of the day, you are meant for greatness. You are meant to be the top of your universe. You are you are a vessel of your ancestors that had the same dreams as you, that's literally feeling you and gravitating you to reach them goals, so it's your job, it's your duty to accomplish your goals no matter what it is. You're supposed to accomplish your dream because that's a dream that you was born with. That's your unique code in dreams. I don't know if that made any sense, but I don't know. It sounds good in my head to say it. um, but take ownership of that. Take ownership of the problems you're going through. Take ownership of the fact that you want to release something this day, but there's miscommunication in your team. Take ownership in that. Take ownership of you're trying to go to the gym, but your car broke down and stuff like that. Take ownership and not stress yourself over it, because that's just the universe testing you mentally. Understand this is a mental chess. The move you make next is very important. You can react in a negative way, or you can react in a positive way and just deal with the situation you're going through and just continually going forward. And just for me, literally, I was mentally, I went through a situation. For me, I had this plan set up, and whereas like, I was trying to kind of do like a small event, a small gathering of individuals that I felt like would be very good for my team and how we want to go forward. But literally, like, I planned to do it like on a Friday afternoon, and my car said I can funny. And I'm like, come on, this is not the time. I'm on my grind. I'm on my business stuff. I feel good. And for me to give me my car to give me issues, it was just so frustrating. And the worst thing about cars is like, you could see that there's a problem, but it's like you could try to resolve that problem, but something else will come up and it's everlasting, and it's like, the fees start going up, and it's just like it just get overwhelming. But at the same time, how to tell myself is, maybe this is what the universe wanted to happen, that maybe this business meeting, this business event I want to do, this wasn't the right time. Maybe the right people was in the right room. Maybe the right topics wasn't gonna be talked about. So maybe, you know what, let me take ownership of this situation, and let me not overextend myself in terms of stressing, and just stay calm, stay collective, and handle this material problem. 'Cause that's all it is. It's just a material problem that I had to resolve. And for you in your life and what you go through, it's the same thing. And it doesn't matter if it's a car issue or a class issue. For you, you need to realize that, whatever problem comes up, that understand that you're going within the motion, and you're not like, going to let it stress you out. You're like, you know what, yeah, cool, but this is not going to help me my goals and what I got going on, because your goal should be number one. Your goal and your dreams, and for you to be the best you, that should be the number one. Because when you're the best you're able to take care of your friends, take care of your family, and do the things that you want to do on the outskirts of it. But it all starts from within. So just keep that in mind, guys, and understand that it is difficult, yes, but understand that it is the game to play. Because once you have learned and once you have overcome that, nothing going forward is going to hurt you, because you are mentally strong enough to handle what you can handle. You know that whatever is going on, the universe is going to adjust itself to give you what you want. So, big shout out to everyone that, taking the time to listen. If you have any feedbacks, just hit me up. You can hit me up on my personal IG page on Deem, DEEM _KGS, or you can reach out to us on the main page of Kgsapparel, Kgsapparel. You already know, it's real simple. And just hit me up. You have a good one.